When Christy Altomare was a little girl, she would hold her Anastasia doll and dance around the room singing Journey to the Past. These days, adult Christy is dancing around the stage of the Broadhurst Theater and stopping the show nightly with that very song in the Broadway musical version of the animated hit. Find out just how trippy that is for the rising star and why she equates success with neck massages.
We said, like, once we go to Broadway, hopefully we'll all get these like neck massagers for backstage, and we haven't done that yet. I know, that's a very strange thing to say.
Like, if the show gets to Broadway, we're gonna get neck massages.
I know.
On this week's Show People. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Paul.
How you doing? I'm so happy
great.
You're here.
I'm so happy to be here.
I saw Anastasia. You are Anastasia.
Thank you so much for
Has this
coming.
like sunk in now? Is this just like a normal part of your life
I
now?
don't think it will ever sink in that I get to play this role, but I'm very grateful to be a part of it.
There's something sitting here.
I brought you a gift.
What is this? Can I open it?
You have to open it. It's a
First
very
of all,
small
did
gift.
you do this wrapping?
I did.
This is very pretty. There's
Thank you.
There's ribbon on here with music.
There's music.
And you're a songwriter, so
I am
this
a
is very
songwriter.
appropriate. I
very
appreciate that
appropriate.
you keep it in that style. Is it like an Anastasia doll? Or
No,
like
no, it has nothing to do with
Christmas
Anastasia.
ornament?
It was
Okay,
just, I thought it's an early morning.
Oh my
We're
God.
interviewing.
What are these?
These are my grandmother's cookies, my yaya.
You know what's so funny about the fact that you brought these? I was told that you make things. And
I am a big baker.
And only one person in the history of Show People has ever brought me baked goods.
Who?
And it's another princess. Can you imagine? Who would be so perfect to bring me baked goods?
Laura Osmond?
Yes.
Oh my God, you kidding me?
Totally, 100%. So
But
what
these
are
are
these?
not
They
my
look amazing.
baked
Did you make
goods.
these?
I did not make these.
Okay, you did
These
not
are
make these. But you do make stuff. You make cronuts.
I am a big
Next time
cronut maker.
cronuts.
Next time cronuts. But these are, I ration these out. Like, I do not let everyone eat my yaya's cookies.
Oh my God, so good.
They're really great with like tea and coffee in the morning, so I thought it would be perfect for today.
Do you want one, or are you saving?
I have two huge vats at home. These are for you.
Thank you so much. They're delicious.
It's always a big deal when my yaya makes cookies, so when she came to see the show recently, she brought a lot of them for me because she knows how much I love them.
Well, thank you. You've now joined a very special club, you and Laura Osnes. Only the princesses.
Oh my
so
gosh.
This brings me to a good question. I saw the show the other night. This is a big, epic musical theater leading lady role.
Yes.
You do so many things in the show. You're like so many different people up there, and there's such a journey.
There really is a journey.
That's a key word.
Yes.
So how do you take care of yourself? Do you eat cookies, and are you like living the life of a nun, or what's going on? I'm just gonna eat what you talk.
You know, it's so interesting because it did start before I even auditioned for the role. I think just something snapped inside of me that said, start taking care of yourself and to start loving yourself and trying to be the best person that you can possibly be in life. And then I feel like the more love you put out in the world, the more love you get back in a way, in a weird way. I don't know if that makes any sense. And so I just started this regimen of waking up really early in the morning and going to the gym.
I knew you were going to say it involved going to the gym.
Yeah, I make my own food, my own healthy food, and well, baked goods on the side for friends. Yeah, I started just really taking care of myself, and it kind of stuck. And then once I booked Anastasia, I kept on the regimen. But the trick has been now with evening shows, I can't get up as early as I like.
Say,
But yeah,
your
I've had
job
to
requires
adjust.
you to be up late.
When you're preparing for a Broadway show, it's a lot of homework. That, you know, instead of just going into rehearsal, I wake up early, I go over the script for a couple hours before I get into rehearsal. And you know, it's when you're given an opportunity like this, you don't want to ever let it pass you by. So I've been trying to do my best at not having any regrets for this opportunity.
Yeah. You have to. You have to really like. It's a big deal.
And you want to honor the work because it's so good. Lynn and Steven have written just an incredible score.
Aaron's and Flaherty.
Yeah. Oh yes.
They're just Lynn and Steven to you now.
Oh my gosh, I'm that person.
It's all right. First
I am that
basis.
person
It's
now.
okay.
I'm so
They are very Lynn and Steve. When you know them, they're very
warm people.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very warm. And Darko, I'm not going to try the last name. Treshnik.
That's a one name. That's like Madonna or Gaga,
yes,
Beyonce.
He's Gaga. He's an incredible director and has just transformed. Oh, and Linda Cho's costumes.
Yeah. Oh,
are
yes.
stunning.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, in Act 1, you're the Russian girl.
Yes.
And it's like sort of a big
rags
coat. And then beginning of Act 2, I said, oh, look at her waist.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes.
Now it's like Thoroughly Modern Millie. Like you guys are like in Paris.
We are in Paris
Yeah.
in the 1920s, so
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It's so fun. And I only seen the movie once. I saw it when it first came out, and I loved it. I remember thinking, like, this is so cool that it's like an animated movie, but there's so much behind it, and like, the music beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
But this girl next to me the other night was living her life. This girl, it was very emotional for her, and she was like, it was like she was watching what she dreamt of her entire life come to life before her. And you're like one of those girls too, which is weird that you're in it.
It's very strange. I tell people at the stage door, we call our fans now Fanastasias.
Yes.
It's very new because, you know, the show is new. We're still in previews.
It's a great name, though.
But we say Fanastasia. And I say, even if I wasn't in the show, I would be the Fanastasia coming to see it because I grew up with the musical as well, and I feel this very strong love for the music.
Do you feel that energy in those moments?
Yes. Yeah, well, it's really surreal, you know. You never know how you're going to be received in New York, and so far in the 1 week or 2 weeks we've been doing previews, it's like a rock concert, which is crazy for this type of musical. Every single number you do, you hear like, woo! Like this explosion. And sometimes at very like intimate moments when you can tell the audience is with us.
Yeah.
And there's some intimate moments that things will happen and the audience will be like, oh, no, oh, and you'll hear it in between.
Yeah.
So it's really cool having that kind of energy with the audience and that communion with them. Okay,
so the fans of the show are called Fanastasias, but what are fans of Christy Altomare called? Because there's going to be a lot of them. Do you have a fan name yet?
I think there's alto heads, I think, is what they call it. They say. Alto heads, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad there is one. I'm glad that's been worked out.
It's new, but yes, it's very exciting. I'm honored.
Now, some of our animated friends are gone from the movie, right?
Yes.
I mean, some of the animals. There were animals. I mean, so it was an animated movie, so there were like talking animals and stuff like that. It's really interesting to look at the movie and look at what they made of it and how much they've really like looked at it and adapted it. Is there anything that was like hard for you as a Fanastasia?
As a Fanastasia?
Yeah, that you were like, oh, where's...
You know what?
You get so much more good new stuff.
Because I honor what that animated film was, and I love what it was. But once you take something to the stage, it's a completely different animal, and I know what they want, what the goal that they were trying to achieve, and I really think they achieved it with this one. And there's a little bit of something for every age group, and it's cool.
Right.
It's
so
nice.
you're like an expert on like Russian history now? Did you like dig into all this?
I did. Once I booked the job, I saw the 1956 film, and then I kind of did a lot of Russian history. A lot of history I did on the royal family themselves and learning about just kind of like the real separation between the people and the royalty, because it was just a huge, like the wealthiest of the wealthy, and then people that were destitute hoping to get bread on the streets. So.
Right. So you'd be at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning with a big book of Russian history on the treadmill, basically.
Well, that would be a little tricky. It was more like jogging early in the morning, home, Russian history book all day long. Yeah, yes.
I love that you were doing all that. We didn't know.
Yes, yes.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here, but we'll be right back with Christy Altomare. And we're back with Christy Altomare. So wait, you got to go to Paris, didn't you?
I did.
Is that like a perk of the job?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't like you didn't get free trips to like Russia and Paris, and
no,
you just
I
went to.
I went to Paris. Actually, it was a gift from my boyfriend.
Oh,
he took me to Paris.
That's nice.
I know. He's a lovely person.
Good boyfriend.
Because he knew.
Good job.
That if I had never been to start this show, and so much of it takes place in Paris.
Yeah.
It's a very romantic spot, so I got to walk on the bridge, and I walked on, the Alexander Bridge there's a theme of her walking across the bridge. There's a song where she walks across the bridge. Right. And I walked across it maybe like back and forth 15 times, crying, because it's such a beautiful bridge.
I'm getting into it.
yes. Singing the song, slowly walking down the bridge, just staring.
So that's your offstage boyfriend. Your onstage boyfriend, spoiler, Dimitri. Let's talk about this guy. I like this guy a lot. That's Mr. Derek Klena.
Mr. Derek Klena.
Nice guy. You guys did Carrie.
Yes.
The weird, creepy Carrie musical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good musical, but it's a weird show.
Yes.
I mean, it's weird. It's Carrie.
It's Carrie.
There's pig blood and stuff.
Yes, it's a thriller movie, and yeah, there's a lot going on.
Right. And you guys were a couple in that?
We played love interest in that show. I was Sue Snell, and he was Tommy Ross.
Right.
I'm like the popular girl with the heart of gold, right?
Yeah.
That says, Tommy, take Carrie to prom.
You're Amy Irving from the movie.
I'm Amy Irving.
Yeah, you were, yes.
I was Amy Irving. And I actually saw Amy Irving in a bathroom before I did the role. And
Did you tell her?
I did the awkward thing where she's washing her hands, and I was like, I'm playing Sue Snell in
Did you
Broadway
really?
production.
Did you tell her? What did she say?
She's like, oh, congratulations. And like laughed.
I love that.
I had to say it because she's
love
right
that.
there.
I love your enthusiasm. It's so great.
Thank
so
you.
Derek,
Derek.
did you guys like click right away?
Yes, and that was the thing is we became such good friends on that show, and he's such a great professional and such a kind-hearted person that when I went to audition for the role, after I had auditioned, Craig Burns came out and said, oh, you're going to go in later today with your old boyfriend. And I was like, my old boyfriend? And he's a Derek Klena. And it was like, oh my God, immediately the pressure is off because I know I get to perform with one of my best friends. Like he's just like a good person.
And you looked at him deep in the eyes and you're like, we're going to nail this together. We're going to get this together.
Well,
we're going to do Anastasia together.
Well, we didn't even know. He came in and I said, Derek, we're going to go in together. We're going to sing the duet because we all had to learn the duet for the callback. And he was like, how do you know this? I was like, they told me this morning. And so we went in and the creative team said there was just a really great chemistry, which we had always had this like great camaraderie, and it's really wonderful it's like an added perk of getting to do the show is we get to work together and go through this journey together as friends.
When you're doing a show like this that is so like close to your heart, you had the dolls.
Yes,
when you were
I had.
a kid.
Oh,
where are the dolls? Do you still have the dolls?
I still have the dolls.
Box
we
somewhere?
actually lost the Dimitri doll. You know when a doll is loved so much that like it's lost because you played with it too many times. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you go back and you're like, where's that Dimitri doll? We loved playing with that doll. And you can't find it because we played with it so much. It's like, at this point, it's like probably hidden in a drawer somewhere. Like my sister and I were probably fighting over it or something.
Right, it got sold at a yard sale.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Like that,
yeah. But we found the Anya doll.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with it? Where is it?
It's at home, but I was actually I was sent a doll from a really nice fan, and it was like a 25th anniversary doll of her in the like the beautiful gown at the end.
Big moment.
And it's in my dressing room, so I have her with me.
Okay, cool. I'm glad the dolls are living on. And you did it in Connecticut. You did it at Hartford Stage with Derek.
I did it at Hartford Stage with Derek and John Bolton. But the three of us, like right away, we just, because it's kind of a trio in the Act One.
Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff together.
Right. So we would like hang out together after shows, and we had this thing that we're all going to get, the three of us are going to get neck massagers. We said like once we go to Broadway, hopefully we'll all get these like neck massagers for backstage, and we haven't done that yet. I know. That's a very strange thing to say.
Like if the show gets to Broadway, we're going to get neck massages.
I know. Well, I think what happened was we had this day of just like walking through the mall. And we walked into a Brookstone, and you know how the Brookstone has the ones that, so we were just standing there after a grueling day of rehearsal, like, we're going to do this. We're going to buy these neck massagers. I probably should not be telling you this, maybe.
And live the life. Live the life of a Broadway star. Get a neck massager.
Really splurge, you know?
And you're also like on the artwork, and you're on the theater, and like you're everywhere.
It's totally surreal. It's totally surreal. Actually, the other day I was on the subway, and with a friend, and we saw the Anastasia poster, and it was like the first time I had seen it. So I was like, okay, just take a picture. Like, let's just take a picture really quick.
Do you like recreate it? Like turn around and stand in front of it with this?
Oh, I've done so much like. Because it's so.
If I could see your camera roll, there'd be all sorts of crazy photos on there.
Because it's like a once in a lifetime sort of opportunity. So you just have to laugh and say, I can't believe this is my life right now, and just celebrate it. Because you know, life is, I don't know, a gift. And it's amazing what I get to do right now.
So your other Broadway experience was you were Sophie Sheridan. Which Sophie were you on Broadway? Do you know what number?
If I had to guess, maybe 8.
Yeah, that
9.
sounds about right. That's funny. That's what I had in my head.
That's so funny. I think we're telepathically.
Just about 8, yeah. And when you do that, it's very different because you're going into a show that everybody knows.
That's already been running for a while.
You're the new Sophie.
The new Sophie,
right.
Yes. And I thought that it would be similar to this because you think I've played a lead on Broadway before, so similar to something like playing a lead on Broadway for Anastasia, but it's totally different. Coming into a new Broadway season with a completely new work, with you know, all the press that comes with it, it's a completely different experience, and equally just as magical and just as wonderful. And they both have their own wonderful elements to them.
Yeah, but being Anastasia is different.
It's definitely different, but being Sophie was really cool because you came into this theater where it had been a working machine for so long. So in many ways, there's this camaraderie and this family, and you're just a new addition to the family.
Yeah.
You know, there's good things to both of it, and I.
But you know what? It's not called Sophie. It's not called Sophie. All right, we're gonna take another break. We'll be right back with Christy Altomare. We're back with Christy Altomare. Okay, I want to dig into your past. So you're actually what? You're from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, right?
Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania girl.
Pennsylvania
So you grew up close to Broadway.
I did. You know, I'm only about 10 minutes away from New Jersey. So I used to take the New Jersey Transit line, the Northeast Quarter line, all the time.
So you could easily come see shows.
Yes.
And your first show was Cats.
My first show was How do you know all of these things? Starring the great Liz Calloway.
As Grisabella, and she, of course, sang Journey to the Past.
Yes.
Meg Ryan did not sing Journey to the Past. She did the speaking voice of Anastasia.
But she did a great job doing the speaking voice. Yes, absolutely. I'm
sure that's also inspirational for you in the dialogue scenes.
Yes.
But yeah, so Cats, a nice connection there. And so you got to see a lot of shows?
I did. I've seen a lot. I saw... Well, do you want me to go down all the shows over the year? I saw Ragtime.
Well, what were like some of the big ones that really like blew your mind?
Ragtime.
I mean, Lynn and Steve wrote that.
I know.
And Terrence.
Lynn and Steve.
And Terrence, your book writer.
And Terrence.
McNally.
Well, that's what's so funny is Derek and I have such a deep love for Ragtime that it's surreal for us to get to actually work with them. And sometimes during tech, we'd be like waiting in our light and we'd be like, we'll go down south. And we just start singing all the songs from the show because we just are fans of Lynn and Steven in so many ways.
Yeah, of course. And you did a lot of shows actually in school. A lot of them with Robert Lindsey, who we know from Tuck Everlasting.
Yes.
Or Bob.
Bob Lindsey.
Bob Lindsey.
Bob Lindsey.
Yeah, he was like your leading man throughout school.
Which is so surreal, but the two of us, we played love interests for almost every single show from 8th grade to 12th grade.
That's hilarious.
And then our senior year, we were like, we want to do a show just the two of us. So we did the last 5 years together.
Oh, you did?
As just like an extra credit thing, which is crazy. That's like what it's like. You know how that's what it's like in high school where you look back and you're like, how did I do all those things?
Right. And
I was
now doing
involved
one
in
show
5
is
choirs.
like takes over your life. But back then you just went from show to show to show.
Yeah, or
you didn't have to get up early.
Choir,
and go to
you
the
did
gym.
Sports, you did school, and like on the side you did 3 shows. You know, it's like let's just do some last 5 years, senior year, no big deal.
Right. And then you went to CCM.
Yes.
Stands for
Cincinnati Conservatory of Music.
And a lot of fancy people go there. It's kind of like a nice path to Broadway. Is CCM competitive? Is it like a party school at all? Or are you guys also
it's very competitive.
We're on the Broadway path. We're on the Broadway path.
When I went there, we had a cut program where your freshman year, you have to kind of re-audition for the school. They have boards. And you have to sing a song and do a monologue, or 2 songs and do a monologue. And then afterwards, they critique you. And if you fail your board, you're kicked out of school.
Oh my God.
I know. I think they did away with it now. But I mean,
that's horrible.
They're still very encouraging, and I learned a lot.
Of course.
But it's
terrifying.
It is in many ways. It's it gets you ready for the real world, and I think it was even harder than the real world. So that when you get into the real world, you're like, oh, okay, you feel like you're ready. It was a great experience.
And then you got Spring Awakening pretty quickly. You were Wendla on the tour, the first Wendla on the first national tour.
It was kind of the Cinderella story because for my showcase, you know how after you graduate you have a CCM show or a college showcase where the agents and managers come.
And you thought, I'm going to sing a song from this show I want to get casted. I'm going to sing Mama Who Bore Me.
Honestly, like, that might have been the worst song to market yourself with. Like, the one song from, like, the show that, like, there's nothing else like it on Broadway.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, it was
like, cast me in Spring Awakening or nothing.
But in my heart, I just loved that song. I felt connected to the character. And I said, I'm just going to do what my heart wants. And Carrie Gardner was in the audience and called me in. And
crazy.
One thing led to the next.
That was a fun cast.
Yes.
Your Spring Awakening cast.
Oh, yeah. It was like being in a rock band, kind of. Like touring the country with a rock musical.
Were you guys shocking audiences anywhere? Were like audiences around the country not quite ready for Spring Awakening? I mean, it's an edgy show, and especially when it first came out, people didn't really necessarily, it was the Tony winner.
Yes,
and then so everyone buys tickets to the Tony winner, but then maybe they're kind of like, oh,
we didn't know what we bought tickets to.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a lot of the houses are season subscribers, so they'll already have their tickets for a series of shows.
Exactly.
I would say, for the most part, I was surprised. Like certain places, like in Texas, like
where you
it
think
was
it
so
might be.
well received. You know, there were a couple places here or there. I'd be at the stage door and someone would say, "Are you ashamed of yourself for what you're doing on stage?"
Really?
Yes, and I'd say, it's so tasteful and so artful, you know.
Yes,
but
beautiful.
some people, but you're always gonna have that a little bit everywhere you go.
I guess, yeah. I guess you're always gonna have that, but you know, you're not having that on Broadway right now because the people are like losing their minds. Is the stage door crazy?
The stage door is, but in the best way ever. Because like you said there was someone in the audience kind of getting emotional during the show. People are like tearing up at the stage door because they're telling me these beautiful stories of me and my mother used to watch the cartoon or the animated film over and over again. It was our like after school thing. We just would, anytime we had a bad day, you'll hear stories like that constantly, and I hug everyone at the stage door.
I'm sure there's a lot of hugs.
Yeah, lots of hugs.
Yeah, and that song, Journey to the Past, you sang it beautifully.
Yes.
It's the end of Act 1, everyone.
Thank you.
I mean, it's amazing to hear. Is it hard to sing for you, or is it pretty easy?
I've been singing it since I was a kid. Really, honestly, I had it in my book before, my like audition book before I did it. So
I want to see what else is in your book so we can figure out the rest of your career. Because it seems like everything's sort of like figured out.
Little Women, Joni Mitchell. They have to write a Joni Mitchell musical.
Yeah, she also writes songs. We didn't even get to talk about that.
I'm a songwriter.
Yeah, she's a songwriter. Look her up on iTunes. We have to go, but everyone, you have to see Anastasia. It's at the Broadhurst Theater, which is so cool. I love seeing musicals at the Broadhurst. It's such an intimate theater.
It really is.
It's really neat.
It's a great space.
Yeah, and she's singing the hell out of that entire role, and especially that song. And it's an event. Journey to the Past is an event.
It is an event.
And the show's
especially
an event.
where it is placed.
Yes, it's an event. It's great. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for you, and I love that you're on this journey.
Anastasia at the
Broadhurst. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.